Hey guys, it's Casey from PowerCakes.net. I'm using whatever these are called, tongs, I guess, to emphasize that it is Power Meal Week Challenge, and on Sundays we are now linking up, and I'm so glad that we had some people link up last Sunday. I think we're all getting like the swing of things here. So on Sundays, everyone's linking up a recipe that everyone can get inspiration from each other to use throughout the week. So I know Sundays are my usual prep days for making food for the week. So I figured it was a great day for everyone to get inspired from each other and, you know, link up their recipes, their Power Meal recipes for the week. So today, last week I actually shared with you a watermelon and corn salad, which was made from a bunch of leftover watermelon and corn that we had from the 4th of July. So this week, I am sharing with you one of my favorite side dishes. It's kind of a knockoff from I had it the other day at a salad bar, and it was a kale and like garlic salad. Like massage kale and garlic salad, and I'm like obsessed with it. But it's a little too garlicky for me. I was like burping it all day. TMI, sorry, but it was just a little too much. So I thought, all right, I'm gonna make this on my own, which is what I usually do with any kind of recipe, is, you know, make it into a power cake version. So today I'm gonna share with you what I came up with, because I think I did a pretty good job with not really replicating it, but like making it my own. So it can be with raw kale, which is fine, which means, like, you know, you just rinse it and wash it off really well, and then massage the vinaigrette type dressing into it. But I like to heat mine up a little bit, only because it's a little less crunchy, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I don't know, you don't have to. It can be raw. You don't have to heat up your kale. But basically, you de-stem your kale, which you take the kale leaves off of the stems here. And you just pull them off. That's what I do. And then I rinse it and give it a good little cleaning. And then I take the leaves, which I obviously missed a couple, and I put it into a pan with, you might want to watch your handles aren't touching the stove. That's good. So I put it into a pan with a little bit of olive oil at the bottom. Extra virgin olive oil that we use. We have one of these little spray guys here that sprays olive oil that you put in yourself. I highly recommend one of these. It's really great way to get healthy fats into your food, and to not have anything added or artificial into your sprayer here. It's just straight up olive oil that we buy in bulk and put it into one of our things. They're called mistos. They're really cool. So take the misto, spray your pan, and then put the kale leaves into the pan. I'm on like a low, like a 2 here, 2 or 3. I also rip up the kale once it's off the stems into little pieces like this. So I just roll the kale around, move the kale around the pan a little bit here, until it turns like a dark green, I guess. It's been like a few minutes now. So I'm going to let that go on the stove here for a little bit more. Turn that down a little bit. Actually, I might just take it off the heat, because it's been on there for about like 5-6 minutes, just to heat it up a little bit without cooking it and getting all the nutrients out of it. Just a little bit, you know, to get it warmed up. So there's the kale part. Easy, done. The next part is the topping for it. So I knew I still wanted the garlic in it, but I wasn't sure how much. So I just have this little squeeze garlic here that's already coming out. Okay, so it's like a teaspoon or so. I would say it's probably like 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Then, ooh, it smells really good. So it's minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of that. Then I take a 1/4 cup of raw apple cider vinegar. Now, the raw stuff is really, really good for you. It improves digestion and things like that. I've made some really good drinks out of it. But the raw has the little, I think they're called, yeah, they call it like with mother, which is vinegar contains mother of the vinegar. So basically, it's still, you know, it's not pasteurized, it's not processed, it's just straight raw apple cider vinegar, and it's really, really good for you. So I do 1/4 of a cup of the apple cider vinegar, and that goes into my baking dish. Like, can I not speak? Honest to goodness. Baking dish. This is a liquid measuring cup, but I'm calling it a baking dish. So you can bake in it, I'm sure. Sure, it can go in the oven. Alright, next, we've got 3 tablespoons of tahini, which is made out of sesame seeds. So it's like ground up sesame seeds. So it's like a nut butter, but it's not nuts. So it's not, the first time I ate it, I thought it was gonna, like, it looks really amazing, like it's gonna taste like peanut butter or something, but it's a little more bitter, I would say, since it's sesame seeds ground up. So, I mean, unless you really like it, but I suggest not eating like spoonfuls of it, like right into your mouth, like I tried to. But what you're gonna do is, it's really, really great for like creamy sauces and things like that. So I'm going to do, it's going to be 2, I'm sorry, I think it's 3 tablespoons here of the tahini. So 3 tablespoons of that go into the mixture. Yum-y. Okay, so make sure you scrape all that off because you want to get all the goodness into here. Also, sesame seeds are loaded with healthy fats. They're really, really good for you. So, and this has a lot of protein in it. I don't know, it's a really great way to incorporate other things, especially if you have a nut allergy. Tahini is a really good substitute. So, alright. So, in is the tahini. Then, I'm going to add nutritional yeast flakes, which are like my favorite thing in the world. Basically, they're fortified with vitamin D, which is awesome. They are loaded with so much good stuff. Like 60 calories for 2 tablespoons, 4 grams of fiber, 9 grams of protein, like, hello, and lots of vitamins and minerals. So this is going to be the same amount of vinegar that you put in. So it's going to be 1/4 of a cup of the nutritional yeast flakes. Now they have like a cheesier flavor to them. They're really, really good. I use this in my dressing a lot. I'll make a dressing for my, and you can use this as a dressing for salads, which I do, very similar one. So, nutritional yeast flakes, love those. Next, we're just going to do a little bit of pepper. So, freshly ground pepper to taste, as much as you'd like, and a little bit of sea salt. I'm really not against using sea salt. This is, it's called real salt. And we just use a little bit. I mean, I don't really eat anything with a lot of added sodium to it, so if I add sea salt to a recipe, I'm okay with it. And then, one of my favorite new ingredients that I'm kind of like obsessed with lately is raw honey. Not the, pasteurized honey that's like crystal clear. This is raw honey, and it is loaded with, amazing enzymes and vitamins, and it's so yummy. I could eat this whole jar, but I'm going to restrain myself since I'm on camera. No, I'm just kidding. But I just take like a teaspoon of the raw honey. It's probably like a teaspoon and a half. And put that in here because it really helps bring out the flavors of everything else when you add a little sweetness to it. And I've done it before without the honey, and that's fine too. It's seriously so good. Raw honey is amazing. So, I add a little bit of that into there. It just brings everything together, I think. It makes it taste really good. And it's really good for you. So, you should not feel bad about eating raw honey. I don't think, at least. That's my opinion. Alright, so then you're going to whisk everything together. So, it's going to be really thick, and it's going to look really, really cheesy, because the nutritional yeast is a cheesier, it's a cheesier ingredient, even though it's not cheese. So a lot of vegetarians and vegans, eat that. and I've become addicted to it. So it makes this really thick and creamy sauce, which is like so amazing. And since the kale is kind of warm, that's another reason why I do it, because the kale, it'll stick to the kale a little better because it's warm. It'll, you know, it'll blend all together nicely. So basically what you're going to do here is take the kale and you're going to spoon out your mixture onto the kale. Now you can add anything you want into your, like into this mixture. Like I love coconut aminos, which is a wheat-free, soy-free alternative to soy sauce. That's really good in anything. Like anything. That stuff's amazing. That would be really good in this. You know, it's just so, the possibilities are so endless. You could add any kind of seasoning that you want, you know, basil, you know, anything like that. You can make it any way you want to. This is just a very basic recipe that I tried to replicate. Oh my gosh. After all of this, I'm totally forgetting one of the main ingredients. So glad I caught it. Alright. Hold on. Let me grab this magic ingredient. That's maybe not that magic, but I almost forgot it. Lemon. Alright. Lemon juice is key in this. The acidity brings everything together. I'm so glad I remembered to do this. So right now it's like a third of a lemon here. I'm just going to squeeze this. Technically you can add it into your mixture before you mix everything together, but if you're like me and forget, like I just did, obviously, just take it and squirt it over the whole thing. So this is about, I don't even know, I'm so bad with measuring, like a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, maybe a little more, a little less, but just really get all that lemon juice out there. The acidity is wonderful for this. So, alright, I'm going to mix the kale up. Now, it's not as warm anymore because I took it off the heat a while ago. So what I'm going to do is move it into a bigger bowl to mix it all up, because the mixture is a little bit sticky, and I have to say it's a little easier if you use your hands. Get a little messy, don't be afraid of it, and use your hands and just get in there to incorporate, because I think your hand is one of the best tools to do things with in the kitchen, because it's just easier because you can control what it does. So get messy and massage your kale with the mixture. So it just incorporates so much better, because I tried using a spoon once and it just didn't do the same thing. So, and whenever it's a little bit cooked down, like the kale that I did, it's a little bit cooked down, it just makes it a little bit easier to incorporate it. And I know you can do it raw, and that's totally fine. And if you want to, it'll work the same way. I know that I just like to cook mine down a little bit. That's what I prefer. So, use my hands here. Got nice and dirty. I have to say, mixture is bomb. Alright. So there you have it. I don't know if you can see it, but it is garlicky, lemon, a little bit of sweetness from the honey, the apple cider vinegar. I mean, this is a very, very healthy side dish to accompany any power meal, I think. And it's got healthy fats and your greens from your kale. So I say it's win-win all around. So you can pair this with, you know, anything you want. Some type of protein, I'm sure I would pair it with. It went really well. I had steak with it the one day, flank steak, and also a tuna I had on it. So, you know, you can do whatever you want with this. This will probably last me like 2 to 3 servings, I would say, or 4, probably about 4 servings, depending if, you know, however much kale you buy. So, I hope you enjoy this recipe. I really think you will, and enjoy getting a little messy. But yeah, so don't forget to link up your recipe, and at the bottom, I'll have the link up for it. For each week, I will try to do a recipe that I think, you know, people would be interested in, and I think this is a really great, healthy recipe. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you link up, And keep an eye out for next week's Power Meal video, cooking video, Power Meal Sunday challenge. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'll talk to you later.